Ladies and gentlemen, my name is The Reckonist. Welcome to Football Manager 2017, and 424 Maldini doesn't tackle is now live. This tactic was developed live on my Twitch stream. If you want to get involved in that and join the community there is of course a link in the description. I also have a Discord server, so if you have any particular questions, there's a link in the description there. Best place to get in touch with me is probably there, or of course you can leave a YouTube comment, that's absolutely fine. So this is a 4-2-4 tactic which was in the spirit of the 1990s Kevin Keegan Newcastle team. It was obviously very attacking based, lots of goals. It had its issues defensively, and it also had its strengths offensively. I've taken some lessons I learnt from trying to develop a Leicester emulating tactic earlier on in Football Manager's life cycle this season, and sort of turned everything up to 11, and we managed to get some incredible results. Over the 2 years we played the tactic on the stream, we won the championship in the first season, as you probably should do with Newcastle, but also in Premier League we ended up finishing third, also getting a English Footballer of the Year award for one of our players. I'll talk about that a little bit later. So yeah, this is a counter-attacking style rather than having it blatantly offensive. I talk on the stream a lot about having or testing out attacking formations in a defensive way and defensive formations in an attacking way, trying to find the best balance, and usually good tactics come from that. This is one of them. This is a offensive shape, of course, 4-2-4, but used in a counter-attacking defensive way. So you're going to be sitting deep, you're going to be hitting the ball over the top, to the wings, of course, taking advantage of the width you've got there. We're going to be playing at basically 3.5 times the speed of sound, so you're going to be needing players who are very quick, you're going to be needing players that are very fit, you're going to need players that work very hard, you need players that work in a unit as a team together very well, and physical stats are the priority here, almost to the detriment of any kind of technical, most mental stats. This is a formation for players that like to run and are very dominant physically. So yeah, it is. We do use the offside trap, which is a bit weird for a counter-attack, but I wanted it a little bit further up than necessary, just to kind of inconvenience the offensive teams when they're attacking a deep formation. We use the offside trap. We do close them down, but not too much. We're going to try and keep a shape slightly more often than not. We will be playing very quickly, we will keep a balanced shape, we distribute to the flanks, and we pass into space, obviously using a direct style, taking advantage of the space that we create behind the defenders by playing a little deep. Playing deeper obviously pulls the opposition team closer to you, which means there's more space at the back, which means there's more space to exploit, which means there's more space for our very quick and fit players to exploit. That's the theory, at least, and it working in practice perfectly. We have a look for overlap on, however you'll notice once I talk a little bit more about the setups and the player roles and things, the overlaps aren't going to come from fullbacks as much as they are going to come from the wingers overlapping the forward two. Your fullbacks will contribute to assists and things, but not as much as you might think. But overlapping works for the wingers perfectly, I think. However, running at the defence can cause problems if you don't have very good technical players, even though I've just contradicted myself there. Physical players get priority for this. Okay, right, we'll talk a little bit more about that. So what we've got here are, we've got a sweeper keeper in the vein of Peter Schmeichel, basically. This guy chucks it out long, distributes to the flanks as quickly as he can, as far as possible, and does it, yeah, very quickly. So this guy's a conduit for counter-attacks. He's going to launch them. Basically, Peter Schmeichel, Kasper Schmeichel example would be perfect goalkeeper for this formation, I would have thought. I didn't have access to Kasper Schmeichel, but we did have Rajkovic, who was very good at doing the same thing in the Premier League season, again, where we finished third. We also have, I used Charlie Taylor at left-back. The left backs themselves will be getting forward. Their priority is, I've got full back support, their priority is to stay wide, again, inconveniencing the defending team when we do have the ball. There's obviously going to be problems with him being caught wide, but in the long run it's worked out over the year that this is more of a problem for the defenders than it is for us. So we're going to be, crossing as much as possible, getting forward as much as you can, especially for an overlap onto the guys in front of them because they're going to be in the support role, and set as narrow. I'll go into that in a minute. So this guy stays wider. He gets his boots wide on the byline, and is an outlet really for the defenders if they need to, and also the goalkeeper if necessary. On the right side we have a wing-back support, and for this we used wing-back support. Who did they use? I can't remember who it was. Wing-back right. Oh yeah, Kieran Trippier. It says Buzz Trippier there. That was one of the donators on the stream. Renamed it to Buzz. That's fine. Yeah, this guy again getting forward. However, I've set him instead of a fullback. I've set him as a wing-back because he can get a little bit more forward, get a little bit more involved in the play offensively, because of the cover provided by this ball-winning defender. So that's the reason for that. These two centre-backs, obviously, you want as good as possible, just balanced centre-halves. The guy on the right here, I've set more to a stopper, and also, as well, if you're feeling like you have a very, very good ball-playing defender, you can use him there, especially someone with PPMs like switch ball to the opposite flank and tries long-range passes. That would be ideal. I didn't have that player to test out, but with Goldenesia, who managed to get incredible results from him, I'll leave it again as central defender here, and I'll upload that tactic, but don't be afraid to change that if you feel confident enough in your defenders. So yeah, this guy is slightly more offensive than the guy on the left, because of the extra cover provided by the defensive ball-winning midfielder, who we used as McCarthy, James McCarthy, because of his quite frankly excellent tackling stat of 18, good positioning, good teamwork, good work rate, decent aggression, good bravery as well. He does have just general issues with getting yellow cards. 14 yellow cards in 18 games, and he's sent off 3 times all season. This guy is going to get booked. Whoever you put there, they're going to be the enforcer. Because we're playing slightly deeper, he's going to sit slightly deeper as well. You're rarely going to see him go over the halfway line, no matter how long the ball is up in this half of the pitch. He's going to stay around there. But the extra defensive cover he gives by being defender enables you to play a wing back there. Next to him we have the deep line playmaker, whose job is to get the ball forward as accurately and quickly as possible, so I've set it as more direct passes. The person I used for that was El Neni. He's a very good all-round midfielder. Again, physical stats are his strength. I've talked about the fitness and the intensity and his work rate and teamwork, all fantastic. He also has a pretty decent pass on him. So I didn't get quite as many good results out of him as I thought. 7.15 over the year, but I think the opposition targeted him to be closed down at all times, which obviously creates space for other players. Whatever happened in the match engine, it resulted in us still winning games. So I was quite happy to keep him there as long as we were still winning. I did also notice something as well. You could change this to a box-to-box for the important matches. For example, I used Lucas Romero as a box-to-box. He was also a cover for James McCarthy when he inevitably got sent off. But his tackle is not as good, but he has incredible mental stats: aggression, anticipation, bravery, works hard, works in the team, good physical stats as well. Very good cover, but if for a big important game, if you're not getting much out of your deep line playmaker, you can use a box-to-box with my blessing completely. So yeah, the combination there of course is McCarthy wins the ball, passes it short to Romero or whoever the deep line playmaker is, and they get it forward as quickly as possible to the wide players. So that's that covered. Now we've got wingers. I prefer to use sort of a narrow advanced playmaker here, mainly because when we inevitably do lose the ball, when someone tries a pass that they don't quite make, it's safer defensively to have someone sitting a little bit more narrow rather than wide, to get to the ball quickly or prevent a longer pass as quickly as it normally would get around, giving us extra time to get back into transition. So this guy's going to sit a little bit narrower, which of course creates space for the fullback to overlap. And because he's a little bit narrower, he is very good at picking through balls. You can see, if you stick him there, he's got a lovely through ball there, he's got a through ball there, he's got a through ball for this inside forward as well. So this is the only one place on the pitch where a player without great physical stats can do a lot of damage. I had, who did I have? It was Snodgrass, wasn't it? Yeah. Sorry, that's the right side. So yeah, we used Snodgrass there. To great effect. 39 appearances, 8 goals, 13 assists, 5 man of the match awards. from the attacking playmaker support role. Yeah, he will just ghost inside, keep giving a problem to central midfielders and to a right back, and his job is to make key passes, which he did to great effect, I thought. So this is the one place on the pitch where a technical strength player would be fine. He's going to do a little bit less running, which is fine because his physical stats aren't very good, but creative nous and a bit of guile there would be great. Again, he's sitting a little bit narrower, helping to win the ball back and get back into position quicker. If in case he was like really wide out, he's going to be further out of the way. So this guy, we used Matty Ritchie, the inside forward right. His name in the save was Corriman because of the donation. So yeah, okay, Matty Ritchie has, if anyone's watched the stream, you'll know how much I like Matty Ritchie, and the reason for that, he has like 2 of the favourite PPMs for an inside forward. Shoots from distance and shoots with power. He also have long shots of 16, so he will score screamers in this system. He doesn't do tap-ins at all. They're all 30-yard belters. He scored 12 of them this year, 10 assists, 7.18 average rating out of 32. He's kind of perfect for this, and you start with him in the championship, so you don't need to even replace him. Of course, with the inside forward and deep lying forward combination, this deep lying forward is going to be a little bit deeper, and it's going to give a problem to the centre half. He might follow him, and if he does, you've got the guy cutting on the inside as an inside forward to take advantage of the space behind. So that's a little bit of a great combination actually, especially with this advanced playmaker. He starts a little deeper, and there's a better chance for a through ball there for this guy as well. So inside forward with long shots, preferably on the right hand side, and attacking playmaker on the left with a bit of guile and good passing on the other. There is something I'll say as well. If your advanced playmaker is being tightly marked and can't get any space at all, I had no problem switching this guy to a winger support, because I also had on loan, which you can get in the second season, Kylian Mbappe on loan. I played him wide, left and right, depending if Matty Ritchie needed a time off. But Mbappe as a winger support was absolutely fine, provided a different giving width if the other team is very narrow and is covering off this advanced playmaker from playing in the centre where he wants to. So yeah, keep your eye out for that. If your advanced playmaker is not having much luck, try a winger. So that's my advice for that bit. The 2 forwards, now this is my favourite part of this, because I managed to get it's over 60 goals between these 2, and who I used might surprise you. Number 2 will surprise you. Number 1, we'll go over this one. Number 1, we used Gianluca Lapadula. Now this guy got English Footballer of the Year in this formation, in this system. I recognise his potential in a 2-striker system in a Milan save that I did. I noticed that he was very good at 2 things: getting to the byline and crossing. Even though his crossing stats not very good, he was aggressive and often just ended up at the byline and then cut back to his partner and he'd score. But also, I didn't quite realise his scoring potential. I knew he could score well. He played 39 games in total, 28 goals in all competitions in total, 18 assists and 8 man of the matches with an average rating of 7.54. He plays 1-2s and places his shots. He's got the composure to place the shots. He's got off the ball. He's got low passing, which is, not a big deal considering he won't be passing much. He works hard. He's quick and he's aggressive. Fantastic for an advanced forward in this system. As I say, technical stats take a backseat, and I think he's like the prime example of that. His finishing is obviously great. Not much else is on the technical side of it. His physical stats are pretty decent. He's got 15, 14, 40. It's well balanced, but his mental stats very, very strong. He's left-footed. His driven personality, where I also gush over driven players. A personality that's driven. It's fantastic. So I played him as an advanced forward on the left, and he ended up just getting Player of the Year. That's the whole Premiership in his first season with a newly promoted team. So that's quite good. This is probably my best save on Football Manager for several years now, because of 2 years finishing 3rd in the Premier League. If that happened in real life, it would be a record. I believe Ipswich finished 5th after getting promoted, but we finished 3rd and got Champions League football. Now, number 2 will surprise you. Andre Gray was recommended by a follower, Buzz Clarets, hello Buzz, and I initially wanted to use him as a backup to Lapadula because I had Ayoze Perez there, thinking Ayoze Perez deep line forward sounds good. However, a little brainwave. The combination of, I knew Lapadula will get to the byline, I knew that would happen, and I knew I didn't want to change this from deep lying forward because of the combination with the inside forward here. So what I did, I realised that Andre Gray is not particularly technically good. Again, he's not particularly technically good. Finishing's 15, it's fine. Poor heading, that's fine. He really shouldn't be a deep line forward yet. It's not. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth preferred role in duty. However, the thought was, because he's a little deeper and Lapadula's going to get to the byline, he's going to bust his gut to get forward. He's got good work rate, acceleration and pace, and off the ball movement, so he's hard to mark and he works hard to get into the box. So I thought, with Lapadula getting onto the byline and across, he will do everything possible to get header in, and that's what happened. Time and time and time again, Lapadula got to the byline and crossed it, and Gray was there to nod it in. So much so, just to go over, 18 assists from Lapadula. I'm fairly certain all of them to Andre Gray. Andre Gray started 25 games, scored 25 goals, 7 assists, 7 man of the matches, 7.58 average rating. Absolutely delighted with how that worked out, and I kind of called it, and I thought it might work. He doesn't make smart decisions, but he runs, he tries hard, and it comboed really well. So again, just to emphasize the point, this is such a physically intensive formation. Physical stats take priority, except for the one position. If you play advanced playmaker, technical ability there, a bit of guile. Everyone on this team should be fast, should have great acceleration and pace. They should have high work rate, high stamina, high natural fitness, and also work in a team. Okay, that is the strongest advice I can give you. You will get results with this formation. It's gonna happen. It's inevitable. But you will concede goals as well. This is another point I'll leave. You are going to concede goals, but with this you will score more goals than the other team more often than not. So yeah, it's working very well. I'm delighted the way it's gone. I'm going to upload it to all the usual places. All the informations will be in the description. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. Best of luck with it. I will see you next time.